What if I told you that the deepest, most beautiful apology a woman ever gives you is actually the exact proof that she is going to completely betray you again? Most men think that heavy tears mean she is sorry. Most men believe that if she drops to her knees and cries, the relationship is saved. But there is a hidden sign. There is a tiny, invisible shift in her words that guarantees she will be in another man's bed before this year is over. Today, I am going to reveal the absolute number one sign that her apology is completely fake. If you hear her say this specific thing, you need to pack your bags and run. Because she is already planning her next betrayal. When a woman gets caught breaking your trust, the very first thing she does is panic. She knows she is caught. She knows the text messages are right there in your hand. So, she has to use her words to survive. She will look you right in the eyes. The tears will fall down her face. And she will say the words, "I am sorry." But you have to listen very closely to the very next word that comes out of her mouth. Because if the next word is, "But your relationship is already completely dead," this is the absolute number one sign she will do it again. The word, "but" completely erases the apology. She will say, "I am so sorry I did this, but you have been working so much lately." She will say, "I am sorry I went to his house, but you have been so distant and cold to me." Do you see what she just did? She just took her own dirty, terrible action, and she placed the blame right on your shoulders. She is telling you that your normal, everyday actions actually forced her to betray you. She is playing the ultimate victim, and if she believes she is the victim, she will absolutely do it again the exact second she feels a little bit lonely. Let me tell you a true story about a man who did not see this sign. This is the story of a man who lost his entire life because he accepted a fake apology. We will call him Mark. Mark worked very hard at a factory. He worked night shifts so he could pay the rent for a nice house. One morning, he came home early and found out his girlfriend had been talking to a guy from her gym for months. When Mark confronted her, she cried incredibly hard. She fell on the floor. She told Mark, "I am so incredibly sorry. I hate myself for doing this. But Mark, you are never home. I sit in this house all by myself every single night. I just wanted someone to talk to because you are always working." Mark had a very soft heart. He loved her so much. When he heard her say that, his brain tricked him. He actually felt guilty. He looked at her tears and thought, "Maybe she is right. Maybe I am working too much. I need to be a better boyfriend so she does not feel lonely." Mark accepted the blame. He completely forgave her and promised to take fewer shifts at work so he could stay home with her. He thought he saved his relationship. But 6 months later, Mark found out she was sneaking out of the house while he was sleeping in the very same bed. She cheated again. Why? Because the first time she did it, she learned that she could blame Mark for her own bad choices. Mark is the loser in this story because he allowed a toxic woman to make him feel guilty for working hard to pay her bills. Now, let us look at another man who fell into a slightly different trap. We will call him John. John found out his wife went out to a club and kissed another man. When John caught her, she used the exact same trick. She cried and said, "I am so sorry, John, but you never take me out on dates anymore. You never make me feel pretty. He just gave me a compliment." John panicked. He thought he was losing his wife because he was a boring husband. So what did John do? He went out the very next day and bought her an expensive necklace. He started taking her to expensive restaurants every single weekend. He actually rewarded her for cheating on him. John became a servant to a woman who broke his trust. And exactly 9 months later, she left him completely for a richer man who could take her to even nicer places. John lost his money and his pride because he tried to buy the loyalty of a woman who blamed him for her own lack of respect. You cannot fix a woman who refuses to take full accountability. If she blames your work schedule, or your mood, or your lack of romantic dates for her decision to cheat, she has a deeply broken character. A loyal woman will tell you she is unhappy and try to fix it with you. A broken woman will use her unhappiness as a free pass to do whatever she wants behind your back. Now let me tell you about a true winner. Let us look at a man who heard the fake apology and instantly knew exactly what to do. We will call him David. David was a calm, strong man. He caught his girlfriend sending completely inappropriate pictures to a coworker. David printed the pictures out, laid them on the kitchen table, and waited for her to come home. When she saw the pictures, the waterworks started. She cried loud, heavy tears. She looked at David and said the exact same toxic line. She said, "David, I am so sorry, please forgive me. But you have not touched me in weeks. I was feeling so totally rejected by you. I just wanted to feel wanted by someone." David did not get angry. He did not yell. He did not feel one single drop of guilt. He looked at her with totally empty, cold eyes. He stood up straight and spoke in a very calm, quiet voice. David said, "My actions are my responsibility. Your actions are your responsibility. If you were unhappy with our intimacy, you could have talked to me like an adult. Instead, you chose to act like a sneak. You do not get to blame my behavior for your lack of morals. Pack your bags and leave my house." She tried to argue. She tried to cry harder. But David completely ignored her. He walked into the other room and started reading a book. He showed her that her manipulation was completely useless against a strong mind. David suffered the pain of a breakup, but he saved himself from years of torture. He is a massive winner because he completely refused to carry the baggage of a woman who could not own her own mistakes. He protected his peace of mind. And today he is married to a woman who understands true loyalty. When you catch a woman, and she tries to hand you the blame, you must refuse to take it. You must become a solid brick wall. You cannot be a nice guy. The nice guy always tries to see her side of the story. The nice guy always says, "Well, maybe I could have done better." Do not do that. Betrayal is a choice. She made the choice. Let her suffer the complete consequence of that choice. If she cannot look you in the eye and say, "I did this, it is 100% my fault, and there is no excuse," then she is not truly sorry. She is just sorry she got caught. And she will absolutely do it again. I want you to think very carefully about the past right now. I want you to go down to the comment section and answer this very smart question. When a woman broke your trust in the past, what was the exact excuse she used to try and blame you for her own bad behavior? Did she say you were working too much? Did she say you were too boring? Write her exact excuse down in the comments below. Be completely honest. Let us expose these toxic excuses so the younger men reading this can learn to spot the fake apologies before it ruins their lives too. Stand strong. Protect your mind. And never accept the blame for someone else's betrayal.